only seeing you.
ADR Networks presenta Las opiniones expresadas en este programa son responsabilidad exclusiva de quienes las emiten y no representan necesariamente el pensamiento o alguna posición oficial de este medio de comunicación. ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show! On the Foreign Show.
What do you do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people everywhere? Welcome to That Foreign Show. I'm Isaac Rakesh.
I'm Celestine Angel, and we're here on ADR Networks.
Activating your senses. Yes. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the sense of taste on the Insider segment. We have a very special thing that's happening, and we're going to pull up the brochure for you guys to take a look.
Okay, so basically, it's about Chinese New Year. We're still celebrating Chinese New Year. It usually goes on for a while, like the celebration. And this restaurant is a Chinese restaurant owned by a friend. We haven't tried the food yet. They're going this Saturday.
There we go.
Yes, but he has an event with lion dance, dragon dance, and all the works, and that is going on the 24th. And you are all welcome to come down, feel the vibe. It's a dragon year, and there's all these celebrations going on. Like even here in Mexico, like we did a show the other day for the Alcaldía, and like even here in Mexico, everybody is excited about like the dragon year. So yeah,
yes, they're really into it, right? And you get even, and we're talking non-Chinese Mexicans as well, who are actually very actively participating in this cultural event, which is quite a big deal here, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because it's very festive and it's fun, and you know, like the event that we were doing in the Alcaldía, they were like including all kinds of stuff. It wasn't a completely like Chinese New Year-ish. It was like there was Japanese and everything. I mean, the Japanese and the Koreans also celebrate Lunar New Year. Yeah, but it just felt like there was anime. It was kind of like a mash of things, and it was like, and I mean overall it was a fun time, and I think all the people that attended, there was a lot of people there at that event, like really got into it.
Big shout out to everyone who was there that day, all the sound guys, the other people who performed, and all the other events, all the other things that took place. Really interesting to us, like kind of an eye opener also, like the amount of love people have for coming together and celebrating something, you know.
Yeah. And so this event is at a Chinese restaurant. It's called Bambuka, and like Bambuka's boss, he actually came on our show before, and he was explaining a lot about the concept of his restaurant. That like initially, all the cafes, the Chinese joints here in Mexico, they had this like very fast food kind of style, and it's always buffet, and like the authenticity sometimes gets lost along the way. And while his restaurant is a fusion restaurant, he serves quality Mexican food as well as Chinese food. It's fusion, but he keeps the authenticity for the Chinese dishes. And when it's fusion, it's intentionally fusion and not just to put it out quick to serve the masses.
Right.
So like we are very excited to try his food on Saturday. We have a private event there with him, and then we will know what it's like, and next Friday we can actually also tell you how the food is,
How
our
the food is,
review,
yeah.
our actual review. And so on the 24th, you will get this jasmine tea, which is really delicious. And whoa, they have vegetarian, so they have this whole list that you can just get
You
for
can take a look,
free,
yeah.
80. And
And
Yeah.
as Celestine says, the food is with a focus on authenticity. If you look at the interview that we had with Thomas, right? Big shout out to Thomas, the owner of the restaurant. You can check out the episode that we did with him on our Facebook page or on our socials. Go and check that one out.
yeah, right now he's on the latest post on our Instagram page, is instagram.com/thatborshow. Yeah, and yeah, basically he's extremely passionate about food, and he's passionate about like his business being something that is beneficial to all. You know, he talks about it being eco-friendly and all that
Right.
kind of stuff. So
Yes, so go check that out and highly recommend it. Right? All right, I'm going to switch.
So, let me just introduce our guest
I
for
believe you guys can hear us
today.
better now. Yes, let's do
And
it.
oh, she's already in the session, so that's awesome. Okay, so our guest for today, she is called Jane, and she is from China. She's been here. She came here to study, and now she is working. So we want to talk about like what makes her want to stay. And this topic, the topic for today is all about how fun Mexico is. So this should be a fun conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, if we could invite Jane on already, we will.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Can you hear
Jane.
me?
Yes,
Yeah.
can hear
Hi
you.
guys.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm a little nervous.
It's all good. It's
Is
all
this
good.
your first podcast?
Yes, my first podcast here in Mexico City.
Nice, nice.
And
Well, we're
now
glad that
I'm
you chose
in
us to debut your podcast career.
yeah, now I'm in the office now.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like fun, like doing podcast at work.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, like right now you're in the office. Is your translation work, right? What company do you work for? Like what kind of
Oh, you can see that is that we call Green Road. It's a logistic company, international logistic company. So I'm doing operation in logistics and translator too.
Okay, I got a question for you off the bat. Jane Jian, right? Your name. Is it Qian, the Qian? Money, the Qian? Does it mean
No,
money? Okay, all right, all right.
no, it's 简单 is the simple.
simple?
Oh, simple. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, cool.
yeah. It's just
Nice.
I see Isaac showing
my
off his
family
Chinese
name.
skills.
You know it.
All right, since you know Chinese, right?
Yeah, I mean I do, and Isaac does a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you're a translator, so you speak three languages: English, Chinese, and Spanish.
Yes, the three. I speak most the three.
And you're fluent in Spanish. When you came here as a student, was that what you were studying?
Spanish, yeah. That's why I exchanged here. So I exchanged for 1 year during the pandemic. So I just stayed in the school and I can't travel and I can't go back home because of pandemic. I can't buy the flights. That's why I stayed. I'm just one
Right.
of the reason that I stayed here.
Right. So I mean, at that time, China didn't allow people to come back into the country during the COVID, right? There was a lot of
Yeah.
there were a lot of
Yes. That's why it's so hard to come back. So I decided, oh, just why not choose a job here? And then I
Right.
stayed here.
Mhm. So, but I mean, obviously, if you decide to stay here, I mean, you could choose other countries as well. Like there must be some reasons, and yeah, hence our topic for today. What's fun about Mexico?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was fun, Mexico. Because I lived here like for 4 years. Like before, I lived in another state. I lived in Guanajuato, so it's a
Okay.
small town, and it's a beautiful small town because of the film Coco. Like it makes everyone just fascinates
Mm.
to Mexico, and they would love to go to Guanajuato to watch, like to see the real scenes in the film. That's very pretty though. And I mean, beside it, there's so many small towns like San Miguel or Querétaro. These places I like most, and they're the most, they're safer. That's why we travel there a lot. And in the small town, so we don't have so many things to like to play and so many restaurants to go. That's why I decided to move here last year. So I moved here in Mexico City, and I found it's pretty fun. So I, because I can know people from all over the world. Like
Mm.
in the one city, you can know different kinds of people. That's the most, that's the funniest part that I like Mexico City.
Right. So it's very like cosmopolitan, international, right? Like
Yeah, that's why I
you
know
get
you
all kinds of
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the
So
one I
Jane,
never expected.
let me ask you this: like, what is the impression that I mean, obviously, in when you were in China before you came to Mexico, you had some kind of idea of what Mexico might be. You know,
Oh
what was the
yeah.
impression?
Yeah, we always have the stereotypes that the people like always do marijuana there, like all the weed, and the mafia, and they rob all the
Mm,
time, and it's so dangerous, and nobody would go out at night with the shop, with like they
mm,
close like early at night. Or what can we do in Mexico City? But I was wondering why people would live there. I mean, if the city is so dangerous, nobody would go there. So I was so curious and said, okay, Mexico City, I will decide to see if it's true or not. And it's
And
not
what is
true.
it's not
yeah,
true,
it's not
right?
true.
Yeah, it's more
I mean,
fun.
like
Mm,
we do get a very like Americanized idea of like Mexico, right? Like
yeah.
like what you see on in the movies, like the cartel, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
drug-filled streets. But I mean,
Yes.
that's not what's happening here. It's functioning,
Yeah.
like a big
Yeah.
city. And, yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, not just Chinese. I mean, all over the world, most of people would think Mexico is a really dangerous country, so they're afraid to go to. But I just
Yeah.
don't know why I have the courage to go. I just with my another female friend, and we came together at 20 years old, and
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, we're so young, and just we decided we stayed in Celaya. You know that city, the small town, is the most dangerous town
Oh,
in Mexico.
Mm,
serious? Oh my God.
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, they always have the news that oh, today in the morning they murdered someone on the street and
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
The like the newspapers here, you know? Yeah. We see
yeah,
that all the time. Yeah.
yeah, and gunshot
Oh,
in
we
the
see the mosque. Yeah.
center.
Yeah. Okay. We lost you there for a second. Can you repeat what you were saying?
Oh, I mean, some news that they would say in the center somebody got gunshot like in the center. Can you imagine? So it's like, oh, I'm so glad that I never met this. It's so lucky, like
Mm,
Yeah.
living here. And I moved here in Mexico City. Like it's all different.
mhm. So, I mean, if you had the impression that Mexico was dangerous and had all these issues, then from China, why did you decide to come here for your exchange studies?
Mm,
Oh, it's because I learned Spanish is my major,
Mm,
and we have the projects that we have the project exchange project with this university. So I decided to Mexico, and most of people to go to Spain, but I met some Mexican friends in my university, and they convinced
mm.
me to go to
right.
Mexico.
Yeah,
So
it's like this is the story we have been hearing from a lot of our foreign friends that they met some Mexican friends where they were studying
yeah,
or back home or whatever, and then they decided to come to Mexico because they
The
probably
friend.
the Mexican friends, not just that they convinced them, but they liked their Mexican friends so
Yeah, I
much.
think
They,
that's a
they
big thing.
feel
Yeah.
interested to see
Yeah.
what Mexico is like for them, right?
Yeah, they're so extra, like too crazy for me. So I think it'd be fun if I just go back to see them and hang out with them. So decided here.
I think one of the reasons why I decided, like, this would be a good thing to talk about, like, why Mexico's fun, right? Is
Mhm.
because I'm seeing your Instagram photos and you look like you're having like a ball. Like you look like you're having so much fun.
Yeah, indeed.
So yeah, tell
Cause
us about your like how do you feel here? Like what is great to live
Yeah, it could be like your experiences as a maybe we can start with your initial experience as a student, when you came in. Yeah.
oh, pardon?
When the first time when you came here, like what was your first experiences like?
as a student. Like yeah.
As a student, not that much because they're full of like so many Chinese students there too.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
I just started and I think the class is just so relaxing for me, like not that stressful like in China. This is one of the
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I never thought about that. Yeah, it was like in China must be very strict, very by the book, and then here is like relaxed.
Yeah,
Mm.
because we're exchange student and we don't have so many homework to do, and the classes for me that's like kind of easy for me because I chose some classes that not that difficult,
Okay.
and during the break, and they would put music like it's so funny. They would
Wow.
put like mariachi music or some
Right, right.
banda, something like that, and so but but it's just like 10 minutes, but they still like they put the music and then they start to sing all along. Wow, this is Mexico.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but
Mm.
unfortunately later we got pandemic, so we just do classes online. So I just had like 2 months, like go to the classroom to have classes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my, okay, I mean, if you're going to be doing online, you might as well be in China and doing it online, right? Yeah. You
No,
still get
Mm.
to
online.
experience.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, online still in Mexico.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. So,
Mm.
I mean, but in that year, you got your Spanish well, like you became fluent.
Yeah, so well because they are like asking me. Although it's independent, but still ask me out. They say you want to grab some drinks, and okay.
Yeah, that's the good part about being here, right? Like in the pandemic, like we didn't feel so like
Yeah,
stifled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
party don't stop, eh? Party don't stop.
yeah.
like we had
Yeah.
like some very like some of the best parties we had during the pandemic, and then we are like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. And but
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
like it's like so you're so like you're like half not sure. Am I supposed to share my
Yeah.
drink with people? Should I cover the mask?
Well, of course, there's the main that psychological thing, like basically people felt like okay, we better take full advantage of whatever opportunity we have right now before it gets worse. I mean, generally that was the feeling, right? So
Yeah.
so over here, although people were wearing face masks and stuff like that, but generally, people just wanted to let loose. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was it like in China? Do you know? Like during the pandemic, it was
Hmm.
like
Or
I'm,
stay at
I'm,
home. Or stay
mhm,
at home. Like
no party.
very snow party, just stay at home. It's so
Hmm.
boring and job something. I'm glad that I didn't stay there too. I'm glad that I stayed in Mexico. At least I still can go out. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
still not so restricted, like a bit more free. Yeah. Just wear the
Yeah.
mask. Yeah.
Yes.
We have a very good friend right now. She's Chinese and she's back in China. And she was living here for a long time, like before pandemic and then she's complaining to me how like it's very boring in China right now because we're so used to being in Mexico and like very fun. The parties, everyone is very relaxed and free, and then, in China is a whole different culture.
Yeah, I think it's a
Efficient. It's
different culture kind of
yeah,
thing, right?
like it's very efficient. She can do a lot of things. She can get a lot of things done. She can make good money as well, and everything. But the parties are not as fun.
Yeah, they're just too shy to dance in China. It's just
Exactly.
so.
Yeah, you don't look like you're shy
Yeah.
yourself. You
Oh,
look very
because
free and
I made, because I would like to hang out with like the foreigners because they're more extrovert and they can make me
yeah,
feel more extrovert and help me get into more to the party. Yeah,
Right.
they just don't really care about other people how they think of them. This is what I like to be friends
Okay,
with
okay.
them. Yeah.
You think that's the main difference between the Chinese or Asian culture and the, you know?
international.
I mean, just depends on the personality. Some people they just would love to get into know you more and they just explore you more. But for me, just like I just like to like okay, we're friends. I'm more like a Mexican personality. They think that you don't look like a Chinese. You have a Mexican personality. So,
Right.
maybe. Yeah.
Mm.
And what about work-wise? Like right now, you're working as a translator. Like, are you enjoying your job here? Is this what you wanted to do?
On my job right now.
Mm,
Actually, not that much, but it's good though. Like, I don't know, but I like where the office is. It's so convenient, everything, and I don't need to like take a long trip to work. Because in China you need to like
travel.
take like yeah the traffic and everything like in Mexico
Mm.
City too, but if I work in another country maybe I don't need to take a long trip to work.
Mm,
That's what I really like.
yeah. I mean,
And
so I
it's
mean,
not, yeah,
you
it's not
were.
that stressful.
It's not
Uh,
that stressful.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
right. Well, that's a big plus, right? I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
because
I mean, and what about like the um, working style? Like, I mean, in China, would the hours be longer? Here, is it longer? Like something.
I don't really know because my first job is in Mexico,
Mm,
so I
maybe
never worked
not.
in China in like yeah for real. But I just heard some like they need to work a lot and they barely have their personal time. But
Mhm.
maybe they enjoy it too. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, you're here working and you're doing translation in a foreign country, and this is one of your earlier jobs. I think it's very good experience for you.
Yes, most definitely. I mean, and this is also the vibe we get when we talk to people who have worked here or who are working here. It's like on one of our previous episodes, one of our guests mentioned that dealing with the people here or dealing with your colleagues and everything kind of gives you a different opens up a different part of your skill set that you kind of need to function, right?
Mm.
Can you tell us a bit about that? How do you find your
Dealing with the work culture here in Mexico.
Mhm.
Um, I think everything's good because I'm not a salesman, something like that.
Mm.
Because I don't need to like talk with so many people. Because I logistics, I operations, so the most of time I just need to deal with the goods, not to the people. So
Right.
it's
Mm.
Okay.
good, yeah. And I just need to tell them like how to communicate with the Chinese and the Mexican. Just this is my part of translation. How just help them to communicate each other.
Right, right.
Mm.
So it's less stressful as well because you're doing the sales and all that.
Yeah,
You get like
yeah,
uh, right, right, right. So like I think it's a great first job, because like you are in the whole industry and you get to know how everything works,
Yeah, for
but
real. Yeah.
without so much of the pressure, like everyone's expecting something from you.
Yes, yes. This is why like
Let me ask you this, Jane. How do you find the communication between what I would say Mexicans or Chinese? Do you find there's some kind of misunderstandings, cultural, what they
Oh
call
yes,
culture shocks,
interesting
kind of
observation.
thing?
oh, with Mexicans, you're just always straightforward. That's it. Straightforward. Like
Okay.
you just need to just talk with them like relaxing easily. And I think it's more easier like talk with the Mexican.
Okay.
And but with the Chinese, like it depends. If they are just friends, yeah, everything's good. They just go out, like do some activities and like play basketball, and then you may just get to know each other like during the basketball things. But if you do business, it's a little bit hard. I think do business is like with Mexican is mm, easier. I don't think easier, but with the Chinese, you need to like we have the drink culture, so you need to
You say the drink culture?
yeah
Okay, okay.
yeah, because Chinese like the mostly they a little bit shy, maybe they are shy
Ah,
to
okay.
talk with you more. So with the alcohol, they maybe have more courage like to talk with you and say speak more things and share
Mm,
their ideas more. Yeah.
right.
But with
Right, okay.
foreigners, yeah, but with foreigners, maybe you just talk with
Mm,
coffee. Oh,
right.
yeah, but I heard that like with Mexican, they still make drinks too because they really love drinking. So
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Mm,
why I
okay.
tend to make more. I tend to make more Mexican friends here because it's more straightforward. Because I like to
Right.
talk straightforward. Yeah.
Mm.
That's
So what
that's
do you
uh
guys?
that's what? Sorry, what?
What do you guys think? Like,
What do we think
yeah, yeah,
about the culture?
yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I totally get what you mean, like, as in that you can say anything you want and you can be relaxed when you're in the Mexican like environment. And then with like back in Asia, everyone's a little bit more
reserved, right?
reserved.
yeah,
They need a drink, then they'll get a little crazy. Like I
Yeah,
totally
yeah,
get.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
in Asia, yeah, reserved. It takes a while for them to actually kind of open
Open
up
up.
in a way, trust you, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And even in the business kind of setting, also, like clients and stuff, it takes a while.
You know, like I was at a dinner party once at a Chinese friend's house, and then one of his guests came, and she came in, and she didn't say hi to anyone. She just came, and then she sat down and she started eating. We are like, hello,
Yeah.
hello, bring out.
Hello, hello.
She was like, okay,
Yeah,
doesn't even say hello. Like yeah. So
yeah,
like the Chinese culture is definitely different. It's
it's different. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Here
and
they will say, here they will say, hi, ¿cómo estás? And they will
yeah,
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
you, how are you first? Not just come in
yes,
and sit down and start eating and then
yeah.
introduce yourself.
Mm.
And then you have to be like, who's that? And then they'll be like, oh, she's his friend, yeah,
So
yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And they just don't introduce you like straightly, like in front
yeah,
of you. We just
yes,
ask, is this your friend? You know them or how?
yes.
Like everyone's confused, right? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this topic is something that we are very interested in because we've been talking about this also from different angles, like how, for example, in the Latin culture, it's typically known to be very warm, right? People would say they say hola and they will kiss you, saludos, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But in Asian culture, it's not very common, right? Like even within the family, we find sometimes showing love or showing affection through physical touch is not really something so common, right?
Yeah.
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 And I mean, we are definitely not thinking one way is better than the other. Because, sometimes obviously the like being too warm, you can also become too invasive.
Yes.
And still I find the Chinese way also very comfortable because you don't need to keep thinking, okay, have I greet that person?
Yes.
Did I say hi to them? You just don't care.
Yes, because for me, I would like sometimes to just go in and just eat and not say hello. Sometimes I like that too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
if you are so
Yeah.
starving, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And then it's not considered food, Chinese culture is not considered food.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that it's interesting to just study
Yes.
wherever you go, you travel, and then you just study what's going on and without judgment,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
everything just is, So it's
And
pretty
that's
fun.
why the foreign show encourages this kind of exchange. We like to learn, or we like to see what can be learned from both sides.
Mhm.
Like about on that topic of the Mexican way of doing things, and sometimes, especially in business, you want things done a certain way, and you
To be efficient.
to be efficient, and you don't really have time to factor in the other person's feelings.
Okay,
Right.
so in that sense, the Chinese way would be like chop chop fast,
Quicker,
get
like
it
just
done, right?
yeah, just
Yeah.
yo, get me that now, and
Yeah.
Well,
you
the
know,
Mexican way is very slow. It's like you need to check everything. It
Yes.
takes very long to respond, and sometimes they're so polite, and yeah, so there's all the pros and cons.
pros and cons, yes. But for us, we just keep it moving and try and learn, right? But it's very interesting your story, Jane. Like you said, so technically, this being your first job here, do you have plans of actually, trying something else, like maybe flexing your Spanish thing in Spain or something? Like, do you have plans to move?
Move
Yeah,
out another country?
yeah.
For me, I still don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
I
still
may
feeling out
s-
Mexico, yeah.
I may stay. Yeah, because we compare to other countries, I think Mexico is the best choice right now for me.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. Here, like Mexico is like the people will say, "Oh, Mexico City is not that dangerous." Before, like the Chinese circle, they start to like spread this news. So more and more Chinese will come here to do business. So I think in these 2 years, like Mexico will be have more and more Chinese restaurant, Chinese shop,
Yeah,
supermarket,
I think
or
so.
so many things of China. So they will like right now so many factories in Monterrey. There are so many Chinese there because it's close to the U.S. and based in the Mexico City, based in Mexico. So
Right.
the more and more Chinese will come here to do business. So I
Yeah.
think I will have more chance if I want to change job or other things, and the economic will get better too. Yeah, because
Yeah, yeah, I totally feel
yeah,
it.
because I talked with the businessman before, and he told me that he used to in Spain, but right now Spain is a little hard because it's kind of like full, like so many Chinese there too, and the US too, like so many Chinese restaurants. It's kind of full, but Mexico is kind of potential country to build more
Yeah.
business right now. Yeah.
That's
That's a
very
good point.
interesting what you're saying, and
Yeah.
it's a very good point because like right now it's very obvious that Mexico's starting to build up, like all the investors from China are coming in.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
That's a good place to be. If you have good prospects for your career here, especially as a translator.
Yeah.
Yes.
What challenges have you faced? Like, can you tell us a bit about like the difficulties that you have encountered over here?
Difficulties in this city?
Yeah.
Um, I think is I know. I mean, living by myself here. I think I I kind of like know myself more, like by living in another country, because you need to decide more when you make new friends. You need to introduce yourself. I kind of like introduce myself more than thousands of times here. Like, what's my name and what do I do, my job, my interest, everything.
Right.
So it makes you like, know yourself more. And I used to don't know myself in China because my parents would help me everything. But here, you need to learn how to cook and how to make friends and to know what you like, your hobby, and what friend you want to choose to make and everything. Yeah, I like grow up.
Okay.
I think this is my best anchor.
Right. This is exactly
That's
where
a
I wanted to
great
get
point.
to.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, like, how do you feel you've grown? Because obviously
Yeah.
you have to when you go out of the country. Yeah.
Yes.
And so, like, I'm even surprised that you're so young and your mom, your parents think that this is a dangerous place to come
Yeah.
to, and they let you come.
Because
Yeah.
I'm kind of like a rebel kids. I just don't want to stay in the same place.
Right.
Right.
And I
Right.
mean, like, if they actually come and visit, then they will see that it's not as bad as how the movies are making it.
Yeah. And when people say no, it's not like this, and but I would think, oh, I need to go to see if this is the true or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you would recommend, I mean, to your friends or to people in youngsters in China, or you would recommend this to them to try, like to come to
come and visit
another country or
Mexico.
Mexico,
Yeah, come
yeah.
and visit Mexico. Yeah.
Yes, I always tell them to come here, and they say, oh,
Mm.
too far, because it's like
It's very
more
far.
than 20 hours in
Yeah.
plane.
Yeah.
So they would think, oh, I just can't stay in the plane for that long time.
Yeah, I mean it's very far, so it's like you need to really decide if you want to come and visit, right?
Or just
Yes.
get a bunch of movies that you want to watch on your laptop.
That's a good
Yeah.
choice of what.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
Good idea too.
like, and,
Mm.
and do you dance salsa and all
Mm.
the like Latin? Do you like Latin music?
I don't because
Okay.
I can watch. I mean, I feel so many Asian people that really like it. Like so many people from Asian people in Canada or in the US, they really enjoy doing it. But I am not that. I think I'm not the type.
Right.
Like, yeah, because I used to dance too, but my type of dancing is like the traditional Chinese dance.
Oh
So
wow,
oh,
really?
it's different. Yeah. So this
You
like
should
Latin,
do it.
you have to move
You-
a lot and touch a lot.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. The Latin
Yeah.
one is a partnering, and then you're very close, and
Yeah.
then the
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
yeah,
touching.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, we met at an R&B party, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and like so, like for us we don't dance so much the Latin stuff, the partnering stuff, but we do hip hop and
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
part, yeah.
yeah.
Or the reggaeton part.
Oh what?
The reggaeton, like the music.
Reggaeton.
Oh,
Yeah,
reggaeton.
Yeah.
Reggaeton, like just a little, not so much, but more to like hip hop and
Yeah.
dancehall and that
yes,
kind of
and
thing.
R.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
Mhm.
but I mean that's also when you're partnering, it's also pretty close.
Yes.
Yeah, you get down. Yeah, but yeah,
Similar vibes.
you
Yeah.
should share your Chinese dancing or especially during this Chinese New Year time.
Yes.
I don't know. I did it like 4 years ago, like 5 years ago. Now I don't do it in Mexico City because I can find the same group. So I just don't do it for a long time. So it's okay.
Well, is this dancing like with the fans or with the you know
Yeah, I'm
uh,
also curious.
the ribbons or what dancing is it?
yeah, we can do it too because in China we have so 56 ethnies, so you have so many different kinds of dance,
Wow.
like according to different ethnic that you are in.
Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of like the Xinjiang part. They have the Xinjiang dance
Okay.
in
Wow.
and in another province, they have another kind of dance, so it's different. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I would talk to you after the show because we are actually organizing for next year, next year's Chinese New Year. We are organizing this event. Like, and I will
Oh
maybe
my
you can
god.
dance for the Chinese New Year event.
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you after.
No. No. I'm shy to do myself. I'm shy to do by myself. No.
We
Yeah.
could do a
You could find a few other, if you can find, then you can choreograph with them. Yeah. So we can discuss
So
this next
yeah.
year.
If you want to, you know,
I
like.
just got time to pressure you. No, I'm kidding.
Yo, can you tell us a bit about that? You said 56 different ethnicities in China.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
So, I mean, like, for example, like if you say like the people who's like from Fujian or people who speak Hokkien, that would be one ethnicity, or how is this divided? Is by the areas?
Oh no, it's like we're ethnic of Han, so it's a big population. But if you are in Xinjiang, you are in like Yunnan something, or Sichuan, they have another, it's called Daizhu, so it's a different.
Okay.
And so many different small parts. Like I just can't tell
Right,
everything
right.
here. Yeah.
And do the people actually have physical differences? Because what I've heard is that the people from the northern part of China are actually kind of like taller or
Taller.
something. Is this true?
Oh yeah, that's true. Cause I'm from the south and I'm the short and small. And
Okay.
the girls they kind of like over. Some girls they can get to 180. You know,
wow, very tall.
tall. So yeah, they look strong.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I mean, so actually, like like I mean, Chinese people actually look like all kinds, right? Like they have different heights, so it's not
Yeah.
like the whole race is like
One look.
one look. Yeah, in fact, like sometimes they can even look. I've seen some Chinese people that even look Indian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
right.
Some people
Yep.
they have mixed. Some people mix with the Russian, and they leer the Russians, so they look like a foreigner too, but they're Chinese. That's
Right.
why.
So Jane, how was your Chinese New Year celebration? Tell us a bit about what you did
Oh,
here.
I have dinner with my friend at hot pot, and that's it.
Hot pot, right? Yeah. Hot pot
Yeah,
is what we do for a reunion dinner, the fun
yeah,
fun,
always.
yeah.
Mm.
But this year we didn't do that. So yeah.
Yeah, we
I'm
did
still
something
missing
else.
my hot pot. We need to go soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you celebrated it here with your friends. So you
Yeah.
introduced them to the Chinese culture and stuff like that.
No, with the Chinese friend. With the Chinese friends.
Oh,
Okay,
your
okay.
Chinese friends. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So
because some
okay.
of them they
So I
really
mean,
don't
then you
care.
have a whole. Mhm.
Mm.
So you have a whole community of Chinese friends here as well in Mexico.
I have but the small parts, just like 3 or 4, something. That's it. Or
Oh,
my
okay.
coworkers. That's it.
Mm. Yeah, like in your office, I see it's Mexican and Chinese, right? I see the
Yeah,
flags behind you.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause-
the Chinese company, Mhm. right?
Mm.
And there's
And
not
in
that many of you, right? That's of Chinese people, or like there's quite a bit.
Mexican people more than Chinese one.
okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the more Mexican coworkers.
And I mean, obviously, in China, it's a big celebration, right? I mean, the Chinese New Year is a very is the biggest. Is it the biggest thing in the on the calendar in China?
Chinese New Year?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yes,
Mm,
it is.
mm, mm. Okay.
Like they.
The reason I'm asking is because we're talking to some of the other, for example, Korean or Japanese friends, and this Lunar New Year celebration is correct me if I'm wrong, but it's across the board, right? With Korean celebrate it too, and Japanese celebrate it too, but there's a slight differences in the, for example, like you mentioned, um, the last day of the following year is there's a name for it, right? The last day where it's everybody's birthday.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that one, but yeah, I've heard of the everybody's birthday thing.
Hmm.
Yes, yesterday, right? I think.
Oh really? Okay, so which day of the
Oh,
Chinese
today. I mean,
day is
Today,
today.
okay.
everybody's birthday?
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Okay, happy birthday.
Because my mom will remind me, like, happy birthday. I mean, but it's not my birthday. And she said, no,
That's
it's everyone's
interesting.
birthday.
Oh, your
That's
mom reminded
interesting.
you? So which day
Yeah.
is it of the Chinese New Year? Is it like 15 days?
Um, no,
No, right?
everyone's birthday is the 7th.
7
Yeah, the 7th after
Chinese.
Chinese New Year. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
like
that makes
today
sense.
is
So
like
it was last
16.
weekend.
Today is 16, but in
Uh-huh.
China is 7th in the
Chinese
lunar
calendar.
the calendar. Yeah,
Lunar calendar, right?
yeah.
So I mean, you know your Chinese birthday, right? I'm sure.
My Chinese birthday.
Uh-huh.
I mean, my real birthday.
Yeah, like the because there is a Chinese calendar, the lunar calendar, and
Oh, you mean the Chinese calendar? No, I don't. But my
you know,
mom reminds me.
oh, your mom reminded
Okay, that's mom.
Yeah, but because my
Hmm.
mom would love to celebrate the Chinese calendar day, and I
Right.
don't. I don't. I just celebrate in my ID's day.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
easier.
The English birthday. Okay.
Yeah, because the Chinese calendar they change every year. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it's
Yeah,
more, yeah, exactly.
that's right.
Yeah.
Following the lunar, I mean the cycles of the moon, obviously, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that changes all the time. And so your what do your I mean your other Chinese colleagues
Oh
and
yes.
how do they feel about living and working here in Mexico?
Um, Maybe they just get used to it. I think they think nothing special. Like we're
Mm.
here outside for so many years. In China New Year, it's just every year is the same, just like that.
Hmm.
But we just need to
Okay.
gather together and have dinner, something like that.
Yeah, so like what you said, like you hang out with the foreigners, so you have like like part of the fun that you're having is the experience with foreigners here in this
Hmm.
the city. So I mean, how did you meet them? I know how we met you, but how
Ah,
did you meet
yeah. How do I meet them? Like, oh, some in Instagram and some in Facebook and some
Oh.
like Bumble best friend and the best friend of the best friend, friends of friends. There's so many kinds
them?
of way to know
Easy,
new
yeah.
people.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Wait, I mean, you spoke English even back in China. You already spoke English.
Yes, because we know English like, since we're a child, and especially my mom, she's so strict to my English.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
So
okay.
yeah, so she want me to learn English well, and yeah,
Wow.
and I met so many friends here, and they speak English more, so
Mm.
it's better.
Well, a big shout out to mom for that. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, my
And we
mom.
want to ask you also more, Jane, about like this topic that you talked about earlier about knowing yourself more, right?
Oh,
Being in a
yeah.
foreign country. Can you tell us more about that?
Oh, knowing myself more, yeah. Because when I was in China, 'cause I really don't know about myself. Like they'll ask me, "What do you like?" and "What do you like to eat?" or something like that. And it's, I think generally most of the food. But when I came here, I found that oh, actually I really don't like ginger, or I really like potato. That you will find something that you really like and something you really don't like. Yeah,
Yeah, because
Mm.
you have the contrast, right? Like right now,
yeah.
like you can't get access to certain foods so easily. So then now you realize, oh, I miss that,
Mm.
something there, right?
Yeah, and you find oh, really miss one food in China, and then oh, actually I really like that. But when I was in China, I find I really don't appreciate it. But right now, I miss it. So it's just like when,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so
Right, right.
fun that you have that thought, and when you're here, you will know what kinds of friends you really need,
Mm.
and
Oh.
what kinds of music or so many things about yourself, like this clothes fit me, or like what I really want, you'll find it out. So this is the
Okay.
biggest growth for me, and I get more mature than most of friends in China right now, I think.
Mm.
Because like you are growing up here in a way as an adult. I mean, a young adult. You're growing here and you're discovering all your identities and who
Yeah,
you are. Yeah.
That's really interesting. Really
yeah.
interesting.
So we only have like a few minutes left. Do you have anything special you would like to share with our audience about your time here in Mexico?
Yes, or maybe some advice that you might want to give to people who might be thinking of coming to Mexico to study or to work, something like that.
Oh, I would say that just go ahead. Just don't be afraid. You just need to try. You just think a lot. Just it'll never happen. Just do it. Yeah, I just do it. Like.
Just do it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
because I'm
good.
a person that if I think of it, I would do it, and I see how to change in the process. Just don't overthink, and you
Mm,
will know you like it. Love, don't like it. Just change it. Change to another direction, or change your choice. But just start it. Yeah, start it.
start it.
Yeah,
Just do it,
start
right?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that is great. That is great.
Jane with her Nike.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense. So.
Yeah, it does make sense. It completely makes sense. Well, and we completely vibe with what you're saying. And yes, and these points that you mentioned are also things that we recommend to our viewers as well. Just try it. If you're thinking of
Yeah,
something, wanting to do, just go ahead first. And
Yeah.
then if it's
Because
not,
you think too much and you're in the
yeah,
mind, then you don't do. Just do
yeah. Like
it.
you invite me to the podcast. Oh yeah, I do it. Yeah, but what should
Yeah.
I do? I don't know, but I will see when we do it.
that's perfect.
So anyway, Jane, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
here.
Thank
I'm
you
Celeste
too.
Angel.
I'm Isaac Rakesh.
We have Jane Jian
Yeah,
with us, and we're signing out.
yeah. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show. It's been awesome. I'm Celestine Angel.
And
And I'm Isaac Crouch, and we'll see you next Friday.